Endo walks into the ring confidently and with a smile on his face that shows how certain he is of his coming victory. The people in the audience have seen this matchup many times before. The main reason it has become so popular is because Endo makes sure he has something new to show the crowd each time. He was a real people pleaser, and because of that, a crowd favorite. Baby Cleus, you ready? Cleus doesn't say a word but takes up his fighting pose to signal that he is. Endo, whose nails are longer than usual and sharper cuts, open his palm. He closes his eyes and uses higher reasoning on the blood coming from his hand. It took but 2 seconds for Endo to finish transforming his blood. Himato's whip. He used his blood to form a whip. He whips it across the ground once to show its power. The floor was ripped apart by its force. The audience erupts in a cheer of excitement. This is the first time they have seen the whip. Cleus looks at the whip intently. He has read of it in the tales of royal lineage, but this is the first time he has seen it in person. Endo sees that Cleus recognizes the whip. Yes, this is the whip your father used. Endo does a few more moves, and his last move was strong enough to create a sonic boom using the crack of the whip. Cleus doesn't say a word, but keeps looking at the whip. Not going to say anything, huh? Well then, let's hear you scream. The whip grows in length. Endo raises his hand above his hand and starts rotating the whip, signaling that he is gathering momentum to start his attack. Cleus lowers his head and readies himself for what's about to come. Endo lashes out and strikes right where Cleus is standing. Being prepared, Cleus was able to dodge. Having just finished an attack, Cleus figures there is a slight delay before Endo can attack again. However, the length that was added dissipates, and with the shorter whip, Endo is able to attack in quick succession. Cleus is surprised at the sudden change, but uses his past experiences to dodge the attacks. It's after the 4th attack that it stops. Endo, with a grin on his face, seems to enjoy watching Cleus struggle. Look at you go. You've gotten pretty good at running around, just like the little rat you are. Cleus is somewhat able to predict the way the whip will move and where it will land by watching Endo's wrist. Seeing as how he stopped after 4 lashes, his max range should be within 4 to 6 attacks per combination. Cleus takes his fighting stance again and makes up his mind that he will get close and punch Endo in the face. Endo, on the other hand, doesn't seem fazed by the fact that he hasn't hit Cleus yet. Let's try this again. Endo raises his hand above his head again and starts creating momentum. Cleus takes a deep breath and readies himself. Endo starts his attack. Cleus dodges the first one and moves forward, slips past the second and third, evades the 4th one, and smoothly dodges the 5th one he knew was coming. He is now in the clear and is only but a few steps removed from Endo. He looks at Endo, and what he sees startles him. Endo is smiling an evil grin. Cleus knows that Endo has that look on his face when one of his traps works. But what could Cleus have missed? It's in the audience where Demo, Ten, and Saiti are standing that the trap is fully explained. Saiti is the one who noticed it first. He didn't extend the whip the second time. Demo nods in agreement. He lowered the speed to lure Cleus in, and now that he is in range, it's going to be hell. Endo loosens his grip on the handle of the whip, and with an explosive speed, grabs it tight and lets loose a barrage of attacks. The speed and power were far beyond what they were before. Cleus is unable to react in time and gets hit over and over. The crowd goes wild at the beating Cleus is taking. After what feels like an eternity for Cleus, the attacks stop. He is barely standing, covered in blood and wounds. Endo loves to see the ex-prince like this. Ha 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 ha. There you go. Endo throws one strong attack to Cleus that sends his body flying to the edge of the ring. Saiti is doing everything she can to hold herself back from jumping into the ring. On the other side of the audience, Endo's follower Thalia is looking at Saiti with a smile. Endo walks over to where Cleus is lying in the rubble. Cleus is still awake, but his body doesn't listen to him. Endo squats down in front of Cleus and grabs him by the hair to pull his face closer to his own. Cleus looks at Endo with rage and defiance. Endo is enraged by the fact that those eyes never seem to falter. "I will break you." Cleus looks Endo straight in the eyes as he answers, "We'll see." Endo throws Cleus's head into the wall, and Cleus passes out. He stands up and walks away, and with him, the audience also leaves. Saiti, Ten, and Demo are the only three remaining. Demo, having had some experience in this ring, is a little confused. Why didn't he take his coin? He never takes his coin. He lets Cleus keep the coin so that he can keep challenging him. So he doesn't want anything from Cleus, but just to beat him up. Saita nods. She then jumps into the ring and helps Cleus up. Demo and Ten are standing there, a little unsure of what to do. Ten has his head down, thinking about what he just saw. Why would Cleus say yes to this every week? Demo looks at Ten, who has his head down. "You didn't see it?" "See what?" Demo looks at Cleus and Sight, walking out of the ring. Then maybe the other guy didn't see it either. "See what?" Demo smiles. "Nothing. Let's go help them." Ten was frustrated at the vagueness of Demo. "Nah, seriously. What?" Demo jumps down to help Saiti with Cleus. Ten follows him. The group is too preoccupied to notice two shadowy figures on the top floor looking down at them.